Oh, we getting ready. Well, hey everybody, how's it going? I had to fix a little something right at the last minute. That was hilarious. Of course, I'm gonna get those rough starts every now and then. What's up? This is gonna be a show where I just do some storytelling and I share some basic information about leaving your body and about energy healing. And based on what the chat would like to hear more, I'm gonna kind of base the show on that. So, this is all stuff that I have firsthand experience with. A lot of people that share this kind of information tend to get it from books and regurgitate it, and um, I just I don't have the same kind of information as they do because I have never read a single book on any of this. Well, okay, I read like one book, but it didn't really teach me what I know. I mean, it was a book on the subject, but I wasn't even interested in it. So I can't really say I didn't read anything, but I don't utilize anything I've ever read in a book to have done what I can tell you can do. Okay. So, to start, I will say what is actually possible in the world. You like the chat in the background? That's cool. Um, yeah, I had the chat covering up me, so I had like the layers wrong. So if I would have went live like as it was, the chat bars would be covering my face right now. So I got about 3 scenes that I had to fix with a 10-second timer countdown, and I was like, ugh! And then I ended up transitioning to like a completely wrong screen. So that was like a fumble. But anyway, yeah, I do like this. This allows everybody to see what's being said right there on the screen. So, what I said was I want to tell you all what's possible. And what is possible is you can pull headaches and nausea out of people with your bare hands. I know, I know, and I'm sure like 2 or 3 people just went blasphemy, you know. But look, I'm a super skeptic. Well, I got this like bug on my keyboard. I hate bugs. I hate gnats. A lot of people get really turned off when they hear something like that. They're like, "Oh no, this guy is gonna start talking about the devil." I mean, it has nothing to do with devil worship or negative entities. I've been a complete skeptic for a lot of things. I mean, I was really, really, really skeptical about a lot of things, and this energy healing, out of body stuff, totally, totally thought it was bogus. Okay, but when a friend of mine told me about it, that was when I was first introduced to it, and I thought it was completely bogus. But he told me how to do it, and it sounded so amazing that I did it. I tried to do it. I tried to do his instructions. He told me just this. So I'm going to tell you right now how to leave your body. You ready? You have to put your body asleep while you keep your mind awake and active throughout that process. That's it in a nutshell. But what he told me to do this was lay in my bed, relax, wear whatever clothes you want, just be comfortable. Nothing really matters on that. Get trashed. LOL, says Joey. No, The times I've gone out of body have been my most complete sober times. Believe it or not. Like, as soon as I started smoking pot, yeah, just a lot harder. I don't know. Maybe I got to the age where I was like, I was smoking pot instead of practicing spirituality, so I didn't care. I don't know. Whatever happened. No, try it when you're sober. Lay down, relax completely, your whole body, and when you breathe in slowly and comfortably, and then you breathe out slowly, comfortably, maybe a little extra slow, just to relax a little bit. But here's the key: you count on every exhale. So you breathe in, you breathe out, count one. You breathe in, breathe out, count two. And you can alternate, like, I don't know, that there's different breathing techniques that say, oh, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or in through whatever. That you could try that when you do this. But the most important thing is to count. And over time, what you're going to experience, I've always wanted to learn this technique. Your eyes are awake, but body's asleep. Your mind is awake, but your body's asleep. This is what this technique trains you to do, because as you're counting, that's keeping your mind awake and holding count. I mean, it's just the basic holding count. But your body, the more you relax with each exhale, the more it's putting your body asleep, making it more relaxed. And you can also start, some people like to start with their head. They might, like, on their inhale, they'll stretch a little bit, stretch the top of their head, their neck, and then exhale and release that top part first. And then the next thing they're doing is like their shoulders. They're, inhale, stretch your shoulders, stretch your back, exhale, relax all those back muscles. You could start from the head down all the way to your feet if you really need that extra level of relaxing through this exercise. It can certainly be more of a, I call it having a daymare. The paralysis. Oof. Yeah, I'll talk about paralysis too. This could be like very much a meditation. It feels great. And regardless, if you have not actually, if you don't actually make it out of body doing this exercise, it's okay, because you wake up the next morning feeling awesome. It really does help you sleep. It helps a lot. So, the main key is to keep your mind awake while you're putting your body asleep. And this is what's going to happen. You're going to start. I have a caller. Hold on a second. Let's see what this is. All right, let me put in the headphones real quick, guys. All right, I'm going to ask the caller to call me right back. So if you just called in, call me right back. But let me get my Gmail open. All right, this way I can talk to you guys properly. So please call right back. That could have just been a telemarketer, but we'll see. Anyway, where was I? So you're gonna feel a lot of different things when you attempt this. You're gonna start. Here's all the things you could experience. You could hear popping noises. You could hear electrical buzzing noises. You can hear voices. You can hear people screaming and yelling, arguing in your ear. You can hear whispers. You can hear wind noises, tornadoes. You can, those are just some of the things. You could start feeling floaty and light. You could start feeling numb. You could start feeling vibrations. You could start feeling heaviness and sinking. So it's the total opposite. There's lots of different things. But the thing is, when you're doing these exercises to go out of body and you're trying, yeah, Joey, you've heard people around you. That's the thing. You might hear like somebody's talking in one ear and the other person's talking in another ear, and it's so loud, you're like, whoa, yeah. Yeah, binaural beats. I meditate with binaural beats, but I haven't achieved out-of-body astral projection, says Flat Earth Trini. You know what? I don't know about binaural beats. I'm kind of scared. I just don't know. you got to really know who to trust, and because who knows what the hell that's doing. Just saying. But here's what you do: you keep a journal. You start getting when you start experiencing all these little sensations, you make sure to document it, write it down, journal it, because you're going to want to remember these things as triggers. And once you start experiencing these things, that should be a trigger to let you know, oh, well, I'm at this stage of my body and its process along the way of being asleep. So a lot of times you will, like if I get the jerks, you'll also experience your body jerking. Hey, Wes, call again. Yeah, I didn't have the Gmail open, so we would have had a lot of interference and stuff if I would have answered with my cell phone. But now I'm prepared. Sorry about that. Go ahead and give me a ring. But like if you keep a journal of all these things, you could tell when your body's approaching that level of sleep. And the body jerking is one thing. I would begin to jerk throughout my meditations. This weird jerking stuff would happen. And I began to realize it was based on what I was thinking at the time. And I began to be able to play with this. So like if I was experiencing a jerk, I would say, okay, oh, and I'm laying there going, oh, I'm at this level. Well, let me test it. And let me pretend I'm at a baseball game and I'm at the batter's plate. And I'm like, getting ready to bat a ball. And as soon as the ball would come, I would go to swing and my body would jerk. So that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You can play with it. All right, I'm going to answer the phone here. Hello, you're on the line with the Hori Sheet Show on the Reiki and OBE Tips and Tricks episode. How you doing?
Hey, Hori, Wesley Stace, Flat Earth News Talk. How you doing?
How's it going, Wesley Stace and the Flat Earth News Talk? What's up?
Doing good. We just had a big, huge bash over at a friend's house, and I actually went live. I don't know how many people got to see it. Yeah, we had fun. We had the band playing and, just enjoying the 4th, getting drunk as hell. And, of course, you're probably way past where I'm at. I'm a little tipsy. Right now.
I am a little tipsy myself, Wes. Joey says, Hori, it's all lucid dreaming. No, Joey, it's not. Stick around because I'm going to tell you some stuff. It's not just lucid dreaming, my bro. But yeah, that's cool, Wes. You had a party, and I trust it wasn't a complete sausage fest.
No, not really. No, we had a great time. The guys were just playing awesome, and I checked the stream out after. I only got like 24 minutes to do because then my phone died. But yeah, it came out pretty good. The quality was amazing. I was surprised. But yeah, we had fun. It was a great show. I mean, it wasn't really technically a show. I mean, it was just, this is what I'm doing, guys. If you want to pop in, I'm surprised about 30 people popped in.
Oh,
so
cool.
That was cool. I usually don't get that big of a view count when I start my shows, unless I have a big name person on.
That's cool. Yeah, I had about 20 to almost 30 people on my show, and I mean it was a terrible time, I'm sure, to do a show tonight. It was 4th of July, but that was cool. I had a bunch of show notes, and I wanted to get what I thought was about a 45 minute show out, and I did. I didn't want it to fill up anymore, and I wanted to show 2 of the 7 flat smacks or whatever that I've ordered. So I feel pretty good about that. I got what I wanted out, and yeah. So you got to see some fireworks. You got to live stream that?
Oh yeah, definitely. And we weren't just seeing fireworks; we were letting them off.
Nice.
I mean, this the whole neighborhood, like 3 houses all in a row. We were all shooting them off at all the same time. It was amazing. It was pretty fun. But hey, what's going down for the format tonight? By the way,
what this show is about? It's basically I'm talking about out of body experiences, astral travel.
Oh, yeah. My favorite subject. I like that.
Really? What's your question?
Well, you know that. We've talked about it.
I don't know if we went into too much detail about it, but
yeah, we were talking you were like way under the, yeah.
I must have been real wasted.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But we talked till 4 in the morning, man.
I'm sure it'll come back to me.
But yeah, that was a fun. It was one of the after shows. It was 2 weeks ago, and we had the after show for Mark Sargent, and you and I ended up talking till almost 4 in the morning.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. It's
But anyhow, that was one of the subjects that we were talking about, and I was explaining about the breathing and doing the to like really super relax you.
Yeah. I actually tried that like very shortly after that. Probably a few days later, I was sitting on my porch and just looking out into the sunny, yard, and I just decided to do that and really let that sound vibrate and reverberate through my whole body. And there's something about that. There's a certain tone that you can make that really makes this vibration. And
exactly, there's a certain vibration because you'll know, because if you're high or low, you won't like it. You literally will know what key or tone or whatever you should be at to where it will totally relax you.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say hi to F.E. Mishka. How you doing, Nicole? Or Michelle. I don't know what name you'd like to go by. Michelle, Nicole, Michelle. So,
hey, I got a bunch of people here, and I'm gonna have them say hello to Hori. Tell them to say hello. Hey, guys, would you all say hello to Hori? All right, there we go.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
They were listening to me on my other phone. I have your show up, and I'm like, I'm gonna go call this guy so you guys can listen to it. So
awesome. Well, thanks, man. Thanks. I'm looking at my studio desk, and there's a portion of it that's broken down. I'm like, oh, I know what I have to do. I have to make sure it's looping. Technical difficulties and all that jazz. Thanks so much for calling in, having the crew give me a shout out, man. That's always fun. Do you have any questions about the process? Do you want to share an experience that you've had?
I still need to get that part down on being able to be in between awake and body sleep, and be able to that I'm having this out of body experience and know it. Like you said, you'll know that when you're in a dream, and once you realize you're in a dream, then things can happen.
Well, that's one way. You see, you can do this like out of body thing, trying to wake up from a dream. That's one way to do it. Or you can be aware and awake throughout the whole process and experience all these crazy sensations up until the point of sleep paralysis and vibrations. And then from that point,
now, okay, I just thought of a great question. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between an out-of-body experience and astral projection?
Nothing really.
Nothing? Okay.
Not
because isn't that what the Russians were doing back in the frickin' 40s and 50s?
Well, they were
trying to kill people through astral projection to make a person's heart stop and all sorts of crazy things.
Well, I can tell you that what they were doing at least was remote viewing.
Right. That's what it was, remote viewing. That's right.
Yeah, it was remote viewing, and I don't know what you could do with that. I will say that it's possible. It must be possible. And part of the storytelling I was going to do in this show was saying that I've gone through walls on 4 separate occasions, told somebody what they were wearing, freaked them out every single time it happened, and one time almost had the cops called on me, and that was, that was an interesting experience. I mean, when you have...
I gotta say one quick shout out to Jody Patzner. He's my buddy.
Jody. Hi, Jody, if you're listening.
Here, he's saying hi to you. Here you go. There, now you can say hi to him. He's got the phone in his hand.
What's up? How's it going, Jody? I'm doing awesome, man. I'm drinking it up.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota. Happy Independence Day, brother. Good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Tearing it up, man. We just got done doing some blues and drinking some booze.
Doing the same. Look at that.
Happy, man. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you're at.
Thanks, brother.
Oh man,
That's
it sounds
funny.
like you're having a blast over there, man. That's awesome.
Dude, he's so drunk he thought you could see him in my
Oh,
other phone.
nice.
That's how. I'm like, Jody, we're not doing a live. I mean, he's doing a live stream, but we're not on his stream.
That's funny.
Too funny.
Well, man, yeah, I'm gonna get back to the show and start talking about the, the triggers. So a lot of this stuff is about finding watching your body fall asleep and attempting to do this, and you'll experience all these things. So you said about going out of body like you're trying to astral project from a lucid dream. That's one thing. You can train yourself to wake up in dreams, and once you do that, once you're aware in a dream, yeah, you're out of body. That's it. You've done it. But that's one way to do it. The other way is to be completely aware of it, and so keeping some sort of log and writing down all the strange sensations that you feel all along the way. That's totally
not only that, to literally see yourself laying there in bed.
Oh yeah.
And moving away from yourself.
Oh yeah. Wake up call. Yeah. Yeah, I've done that, and I looked at my body, and the biggest thing in that experience was I was like not only freaked out about that was being one of the first times I ever done that, was like, wow, look at that, wow. But then I looked around at my room and I thought, wow, my room looks really cool. It's like I had these brown tan window blinds, and when the sun would shine through them at a certain time, it would make my whole room like brown looking. And it was like really cool. And I'd never been up at like the crack of dawn, like 6 a.m. I'd always crash before sunrise. But so like I was out of body going, wow, my room looks amazing. Like, what the hell is this beautiful out of body experience? And I got back in my body,
cool.
and I got back in my body, and I looked around and I was like shocked a second time of, wow, my room does look really cool. And I looked outside, is because the sun was just at the perfect angle to shine perfectly on my blinds, and that perfect morning brightness sun right in your window, but it was like on this brown tan blind. It was just beautiful, and it was just confirmation. Not only that, in that same experience, I heard my nieces playing outside, and I remember sticking my head to the door and looking at my body on the bed and hearing what was going on, and I was like, wow, I didn't know my nieces were coming over. Let me wake up, so I can go play with them, and all that, and everything. I saw my room exactly like I saw it. My nieces were playing in the other room, and it was great. It was an experience.
Yeah,
I'll never forget
that's what
that.
I need to try that, definitely. Just FYI to the people in the chat, when I do get home, I am going to start my show up again. And Jorge, you're more than welcome to join if you're still standing straight and can push a go button or a link button.
I could probably do half of that. That's all. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna let you go, man. Go ahead, have fun.
Yep, and you have a great 4th, man.
You too. Happy Slave Day. I mean, happy 4th of July.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Peace. All right, that was Wesley Stace. Wesley Stace in the Flat Earth News Talk. Go check it out. He does some backdoor hangouts. Good stuff. Good guy. All right, back to it. I'm going to answer any questions that you guys have in chat. Looks like I've got some churlalalalos in the room. Thanks, mods, for taking care of that. Ranty Flat Earth, how's it going? I love the Flat Earth videos. Good job, man. Thanks, Daily Wronged. Appreciate that feedback. All right, so where were we? Let me check the Facebook. If I don't see any questions there in the whatchamadinky, so the whatchamadinky is good. Let me go to the Facebook. Check out the Call Wee Jiwi says, check out my flat Earth. Earth is flat. Flat Earth. All right, that's on the Facebook chat. I don't have the Facebook chat linked up. Okay, maybe I will check it out. Is cast via live as well. When Austin. This is live, if you're still in here right now. But all right, back to it, guys. Just wanted to address the different audiences. I am restreaming. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I should be on Twitch. I should be on Twitch. I don't know. Am I on Twitch? Yeah, I'm on Twitch. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, I'm really here for your questions if you got questions in chat. But I was talking about the triggers. When you try to go out of body at night and you do the breathing technique, you breathe in You breathe out and you count 1, and you repeat it. Breathe out and you count 2 and 3. What's going to happen is you're going to start losing count. You're going to get to a point where like you're going to start daydreaming or whatever. And this daydreaming stuff is important. It's very, very, very sneaky. It's going to sneak up on you. And you're going to like, instead of counting, well, you're still maybe going to be counting, but in your head, all of a sudden, you're going to be visualizing something with the numbers. Like and for example, I was doing my counting breathing exercise, and all of a sudden, I realized I was dreaming Christmas lights popping up on a green wire. You know, the green electric wire that those big bulby Christmas lights, those old school Christmas lights were on. So anyway, like I'm seeing like, oh, I'm on number 8, boom, and there's a light. Oh, I'm breathing in, breathing out. Number 9, boom, there's another light. And before I knew it, I was just creating lights with every count. That will suck you right into a dream, and you will totally screw everything up. But if you're aware that that's what your brain is doing, that's okay. You can passively watch yourself do that because that's part of it. That's how you let your body go to sleep. But you have to be like riding the wave. Okay, you can't miss the boat, so to speak. You have to like let that happen, but don't get too sucked into it. All right, your body's gonna get just mauled with what's called hypnagogic imagery, dream imagery. Your body is going to get flooded with things that will make you want to focus on them. I mean, whether it's Christmas lights popping up for each number, or you know, I don't know, some hot chick coming by in a bikini that you just want to randomly dream about. Whatever your mind goes to racing about, or maybe it's work the next day. You start just forgetting about the count, and you're like, oh, did I forget to turn off the stove? Oh, you know what? What am I doing tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? And then boom, you're not counting anymore. You're just daydreaming about work. I mean, your body will get so delirious to the point where you're going to forget your practice. And each time you start drifting, if it gets so bad to where you forget what number you're on, you start over. That's part of this. You start over. Start at 1. And once you get to where, like, maybe in the beginning you could count all the way to 20, count 20 breaths, but now, like, you can only get up to 8 before you keep losing count. You need to be aware of this. The harder it is to count, the closer you are to falling asleep. The closer your body is to falling asleep. And that's all we're looking for here. That's the whole technique. Counting, trying to stay awake. It's a hard mental struggle. And you know, you're just keeping your mind focused on something else while your body is just relaxing and going to sleep. And you can forget about relaxing a whole lot. Like as you know, I might relax my body consciously for like the first 10 breaths. After that, I'm not doing so much body anything. I'm just counting at that point and breathing comfortably. Okay, so keep that in mind. But once you start experiencing all these strange sensations, I mean, you'll get eventually to the point where you'll start vibrating. And I don't know what it's going to be for you for the first time. I don't even want to tell you what I experienced for the very first time because it's going to turn you off. It's going to be like absolutely ridiculous. I'm looking at the chat right now. Like I don't even know how these. I know, Joey. Kick them out, Joey. Good job, bro. I just feel flattered that people are in here trying to troll my room. Like that's just awesome. But anyway, you'll get to the point where you'll start feeling all these sensations, and if it's vibrations that you feel, you may also experience full body paralysis, which Joey Silv, you were talking about paralysis. I love that feeling because when I feel that, it's telling me I'm at the exit point. It's telling me that I can leave my body at that point. Some people never feel vibrations, never know they're in paralysis. It's not a necessary thing to feel. Like I can go and have a complete experience where I'm laying down in my bed and then I'm getting up out of body and never really experience much of anything that I usually would. So all these little feelings and sensations, it's not like you're trying to reach those things. You're just monitoring what your body feels, and if you feel any number of those things, you're on the right path. Okay. But the last stepping stone before you leave your body is the vibrations for most but it's the realization that they're paralyzed. For many people, it's once they reach that point, that's it. That's the golden point. And for a lot of people, it just freaks them out. The people that don't try to go out of body, they just wake up with night terrors and they're freaked out. I feel bad for those people that are scared of that, because I wish we could trade places. Oh my God. But that's how it is. So, if you ever have a experience, yeah, it's so creepy at first, says Joey. Some shady individuals around here. Are you talking about like you feel like there's entities around you? Oh no, you're talking about the people in chat. Yeah, shady individuals. But yeah, the paralysis thing can really, yeah, it's totally creepy. It's coupled with, like, imagine if you're laying down, and someone has put a vibrator, like one of those big ass shoulder massager vibrators, and they just stuck it somewhere, like right on the bottom of your neck, spine, the top of your spine, and just rammed it in there and turned it on. That's what full body paralysis and vibrations can feel like. It's crazy. But if you're scared of it, you might wake right up from it, or you might get stuck there and freak out for an extended period of time. It's kind of 50-50. But if you're aware of it, you can know what to do. I mean, if you're aware of that happening to you, if you're like, oh my God, I can't move, I'm vibrating like crazy, here's what you do. There's a number of things that you can do. One of the things is to imagine what your room looks like. Try to imagine what you would see if you opened your eyes. Don't physically try to open your eyes, but and this is helpful if you're laying down already before the whole experience, and you open your eyes and you take a mental picture, a mental snapshot of what your room looks like. All right, and then close your eyes, and in some capacity hold on to that for now. So now that you're in paralysis, you could recall that picture. If you could do that, great, because you'll be able to recreate that visual. And then if you pinpoint on something, let's say that in your room you have a soda can or something off into the distance. If you were to lay down at your pillow and open your eyes, like, you could see this dresser with a soda can, but you can't read the small print. All right. Well, let's say that you're in paralysis. You recalled your room, and you're trying to see what your room looks like from that vantage point and recreate that in your mind. And then you're looking at this soda can, and you're trying now you try to read the small print. And what's going to happen is this is just a natural thing. You're going to start gravitating. I hate that word. That sucks. Now that I'm a flat earther. You start slowly moving towards the Coke can to get the small print in visible range. And what that's actually going to do is put what I call astral pressure on your body. It's going to make you push your energy self out of your physical body frame that has already fallen asleep. Like, for some reason, you trying to focus on that is not only in some capacity you're attempting to move forward, but everything is also following you moving forward. You're just removing yourself from your physical body. So that's one way to do it. You can also imagine that your bed is like rocking, like you're on a raft, and you're like, your bed is a raft, and you're slowly going down a river, and you can imagine like there's butterflies flying over your face, and you can imagine that there's smells, and you can try to pinpoint all the smells. But the most important is you're feeling the water underneath the raft. You're bobbing and weaving with this raft, right? If you can do that while you're in paralysis, and then the raft thing, I keep trying to get the raft to like be more and more violent. Like, it's a slow bobbing, and that's cool. But then it rocks one way, and it rocks the other, and it rocks one way, until I'm about to tip off of the whole thing. The whole visual is me trying to really move myself out of myself, and the visual and the feelings, and try to recreate the feelings. All that really helps at the time that you're in full body paralysis. You can do all that the whole time you practice, but it's not going to work until you're actually at the right point. So a lot of people try to do this raft thing as soon as they lay down. They do the breathing exercise or not. They just go right into the raft thing, or they go right into the bed flipping thing, or they go right into the rope exercise. Yeah. They go right into the rope exercise thing, which is just another way to put astral pressure on yourself. If you're in paralysis and vibrations and you can't move, and you start to imagine that there's a rope coming down from your ceiling and you're pulling on it and you're climbing, the climbing sensation that you're trying to recreate is going to be lifting your astral energy body out of your physical frame. That's astral pressure. The raft tipping over, if you're recreating the bobbing and the weaving the whole time and you're feeling it, and yeah, it's going to actually be felt. Like you're going to feel vertigo. You're going to create yourself rolling out of your bed, and I've done this several times. I've rolled out of my bed and I've floated, and I've looked at my body as I'm floating away from it, rolling, going, wow. But those sensations, those experiences tend to create some trouble because it's hard to gain your stability. And you're just like flipping around going, oh shit. And then it's kind of a different animal. So there's all kinds of ways you can go out of body, but a lot of the techniques that you'll read about has to do with astral pressure, has to do with creating false movement. It's like a trickery sort of thing. It really is. Your body is like, I don't know, trying to keep you unaware of this whole process. But if you manage to do it, you can do some awesome stuff, man. You can go out of body, look past walls, tell people what they're doing. You can live 5 minutes into the future, come back into your body and relive that same 5 minutes. I mean, I can't convince you of this. If you've ever done this yourself, then you might take some time to actually, travel and explore this path yourself. Like I did for several years. Thanks, Slipknot. Good stuff. Another thing I wanted to talk about, that's it in a nutshell. I said all you need to know to understand how to leave your body. Keep your mind awake, put your body asleep. The counting exercise, watching your triggers, creating astral pressure. There you go. Now, I learned how to do energy healing from this. So I'm going to get into that real quick, and I'm going to try to keep this to the hour mark or so. And feel free to call in too if you have any questions or want to share an experience. But I was in chemistry class one day at 7:30 in the morning. And I found myself like this. I would sit in my desk and I'd put my hand here and I'd put my head down and I would be sitting up in a wooden desk at 7:30, first class of the day, listening to all my friends come in and gossip and yada, 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 yada. And I'd be there doing this. And this is how I would attempt to simply go back to sleep. That's all I was trying to do. I wasn't even fully trying to practice. But because I did this technique, this position, the sleep schedule, all these things were priming me to actually have an accidental out-of-body experience. So I would sit here and try to go to sleep. I wouldn't want to put my head down like that because I'd get in trouble. But I had this hoodie on that made me look like maybe I was actually still awake, or at least it wouldn't get the teacher in any shit if I was at least still sitting upright. So I had my hoodie on and I'm like this, covert. And I fell asleep listening to my classmates come in. And as I've realized now I'm in paralysis because I had this tingling happening at the top of my neck. And once I feel that, I tend to get vision through my eyelids, which, bam, I could see my teacher holding her wooden stick and talking and pointing at the chalkboard. And so now, boom, okay, I now know I'm in paralysis. I can't move. Anything I try to move was going, it was vibrating. And I was now seeing through my eyelids. So I decided to, when I felt this vibration, anything I tried to move in the paralysis state would vibrate terribly. It was just like, if it was my arm right here, it would go, yeah. If it was my head, it would feel like a vibration was happening in my neck. And this intrigued me. So I was like, well, what can I do with this vibration feeling? So I tried to, instead of move, I tried to just focus on the vibration feeling and pinpoint some area of my body at the same time. And what happened was I made the vibrations happen in that part of my body without attempting to move that part of my body. And this was intriguing. So this is what I was studying for, like, I don't know, several minutes. And I'll get back to that. But I'll end it by saying I managed to move it around, and that's what turned it into energy healing. So I'll pick back up on that. Hey, thanks for calling the Hori Sheet Show and the Reiki and OBE tips episode. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing well. How about yourself, man? How's the girlfriend search going? You find any new girls that leave you yet?
Oh, girlfriend search. Actually, I got the girlfriend that left me back. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, no, I remember the episode where you were crying about it.
Oh, fail. But anyway, I like that. People like the troll. That's cool. No, actually, I got the girl back. Yeah, people get emotional. But I thought, yeah, you were going to try to tell me, something, but you failed, didn't you? So yeah, the triggers actually, when you are trying to do these things and you're experiencing all this, you'll experience the vibrations and paralysis. And if you study if you like are in paralysis, you can do stuff with the vibrations. So I was in chemistry at 7:30 in the morning, recreating vibrations in my chest, and I was spreading the vibration feeling anywhere I wanted it. I was able to control where I wanted it to go, and that was, blowing my mind at the time, blowing my mind. And I'm like, what can I do with this? And so I went on the internet and I read about it, and it turns out you can push that same vibration, energy, whatever, out of yourself, out of, like, I can make it happen from my belly button region and make it go up to my chest, out to my shoulders, out my hands, and I can push it out into someone else's hands. This is what an article on the internet told me to do. And I found out about this after that experience, and I was like, this sounds crazy. What the hell? Here's me, already went out of body a few times, but I was still real skeptical. But then I found this, and I'm like, oh, come on. So here's skeptical me doing that on the school bus with different friends of mine. I was like sitting next to somebody, and I was like, hey, Kelly was her name. I said, Kelly, put your hand out. Let me try something on your hand. And I was going to try to move this energy out of my body and see what she felt. I wanted to see if she felt what the article said she would feel. And it worked. It worked with Kelly. It worked with Casey. It worked with Joey. It worked with, I was like, oh my God, like there's something to this. But I'm like, okay, that's one thing. I can make people feel heat or tingling or whatever. What else can you do? Well, then I found out you can heal people with it. So I started to, like, my mom she was dealing with a bad migraine. And she told me one night, she's like, can I get on your computer and type an email? And I was like, yeah. So she sits at my computer, and she's like in tears, and she's rubbing her head. I was like, what's wrong? She's like, I got this bad migraine. And I was like, I said, can I try something on you? And she's like, yeah, whatever. What are you talking about? I was like, I'm going to try to pull it out. And she's like, okay. She didn't care. So, but she's sitting there typing an email for like 10 minutes. I'm putting my hand over her shoulder, and I'm feeling for what I could feel there based on what I was feeling. A lot of times when I was like focusing in on that energy to experiment with it, I was sending my awareness to that part of my body. But this time I was sending my awareness to the palm of my hand, and I was feeling for anything. And I felt just body heat. But then when I moved it up to her head, where the pain area was, I could feel a whole lot more body heat. And not only that, I could feel tingling. I could feel prickling of pain in my hand. It would sometimes hit like this knuckle and shoot up about as far as here and be like a pew, ow. And I'd be like, oh, damn. Well, that was interesting. Next time you have a family member or a friend, a girlfriend, partner that has a headache, ask them to just sit there or maybe hold out their arm or something, and you put your hand over their arm or put your hand over their shoulder, and you just feel for that. You feel how hot it is. right there. And then you move it up to the pain area. And if you should feel it get hotter up there. Probably for various reasons. But if you feel the tingling and the prickling, you're feeling the headache, you're feeling the pain that's emanating from that spot. And you can literally like pull that out. You can pull it out and throw it away, pop it like a zit. And that's what I did with my mom. I just did some experimental stuff. I won't get into it on this episode. I'll save it for another, but I was able to pull a headache out. And she turned around. She was like, "Oh my God, it's gone. Oh my God." Like she didn't have to take a BC powder or, Tylenol, whatever. So, I've had people with nausea. I've had people like over at my house. They're, in a fetal position on my bed, like nauseous. And I'm like, "What's wrong?" And they're like, I just want to throw up so bad. And this chick told me, I forgot her name. She's like, I tried to make myself throw up by putting my fingers down my throat and it wasn't working. And I'm just so sick. And I'm like, "Oh, that's terrible. Can I try something on you?" And she's like, "I don't care." Same thing as my mom. I was like, "Okay." 5 minutes later, I'm pulling it out of her stomach. I'm throwing it away. It felt like this, if I could put a color on it, it was a thick, dark green something. It wasn't tingling or prickly or very hot. It just had a color. It had a thickness. It had a texture. It's different from a headache. Nausea is very different from a headache. But I threw it away. And I was like, "How do you feel?" And she goes, "Oh my God, I feel better." And then she's like, "Oh, I'll be right back." And she threw up within like 20 seconds from that. She hurry up, threw up, come back. She's like, "I know that what you did helped me because I had been spending like 40 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it was, trying to like stick my entire hand down my throat to throw up. It wasn't working." So within 20 seconds, I was able to like dislodge some energy. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you one more thing before I go. My aunt had a knee pain. She fell in the French Quarter. She twisted her knee, whatever, banged her knee up, something. She had about 2 years of, I think, physical massage on her knee. She got paid money from the state of New Orleans to get some massages because she wasn't trying to sue them and get a whole lot of money, but she was obviously hurt and they didn't want her to sue, so they were trying to like get her help. So they gave her some money. Shit didn't help. 2 years. She even had her son was dating a massage therapist. She was going to school for massage therapy. She would come over weekly, monthly at least, to massage my aunt's knee. Wasn't helping. So I got there one night. I asked her. This is my aunt. She's coming out. She's coming outside on her patio and she sits down and she puts her knee up on the chair and she's in tears. She's like crying, limping out there. She limps out here. And I was like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Oh my God, my knees hurt me so bad tonight. It's hurt me so bad." I said, "Can I try something on you? Because this is me. I'm not going to sit there and be like, 'Oh, let me heal it for you.' Because I don't know. That's not, I'm still confused as to how this shit works. So I just like, 'Can I try something on you?' And I was just enjoying the experience. I put my hand over her leg and I felt one thing where the pain wasn't. And then I moved it up to the pain area and I felt something different. So I took that different feeling, pulled it out, and I spread the normal feeling into her knee. That's all I did. I could elaborate on that, but that's really in a nutshell what I did. Pulled the problem energy out, smeared some other energy on there like peanut butter, and she went from crying and limping to standing up with her jaw down going, "I feel great. It doesn't hurt at all." This was 10 minutes. I didn't even massage it. I didn't even touch the shit. This is like 4 inches, 5 inches away from her knee. I think maybe at the end I like finally put my fingertips on it, but I didn't like massage it or anything. It was just a lay on hands type of thing right at the end. If that. She said, "I don't even believe this." She's like, "I'm going to go walk my dog." She went and got her dog on a leash, a dog that's going to essentially walk her. It's like bigger than her. She went and walked down the block with this dog. To this day, she hasn't had a single pain with that knee. How do you go from getting 2 years of professional or almost professional or both massage to having a hands-off energy session cure it? I don't know. It's real. That's why I talk about it. That's why I'm here. You know, I catch a lot of flack from this, and I don't really care because I keep putting it to the test. I've been on younow.com. I've had people in live streams say, "Oh, you're talking about this? Well, I got a headache right now. Oh, my ankles hurt. Oh, I got a shoulder pain." And I've been like, "Okay, want to try something?" And I pulled it out live. I mean, these people would freak out in the chat. It doesn't have such profound effects every single time, but it hasn't in real life in person either. So it's not disheartening. Some people are receptive to the energy, or they are more trusting to it, or maybe it's all bullshit. And some people can totally, it's like a placebo thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I can feel certain things when I'm putting my hands over people. And when I've tested it with people, and I was like going in this saying, hold out your hand. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? And am I going to make it feel tingly? Am I going to make it feel prickly? Am I going to make it feel hot? Am I going to make it feel whatever? And I'd do these things, and they would feel that specific feeling. Like, what do you do with that? So it's more than just a placebo. But not everybody can feel it. Not everybody can do this. But you'd be surprised how many people can. They just need to know about it. So that's what I'm here for. I'm going to read the chat real quick one more time, see what's going on with the Facebook. How's it going, Stephen, Robert? Oh, I'm not even going to try the last name. Mark Edward Fanning, how's it going? David Soap and Fred Caldwell, how's it going? Chad Davis, where the mind goes, energy flows, my friend, as you well know. And yes, Earth is definitely flat, says Chad Davis. Everything is vibration. What you said in the beginning, I'm a vibrational sound therapist. Yep. Yeah, concur 100%. That's good stuff. Yeah, vibrations are certainly a key to keeping our bodies locked in this meat shield, our energy bodies locked in this meat shield. There's something about frequency and vibrations that makes the separation happen. I'm convinced about that. I don't quite understand it. I'm going to take a look at the YouTube chat and see what you guys are saying. How's it going? You seriously telling people to do Reiki? That is diamond shit right there, man. I can't even believe I'm listening to you say this crap. This is the absolute dumbest thing that you're talking about. This has nothing to do with Flat Earth. You're needing people in grand deception. Hey, Lamb Blood. I'm going to tell you one thing right there. First of all, you're banned. But second of all, I am really just sharing what I know to be true. Hey, Harmon Walker, how's it going? Glad you can make the live stream. This is the OBE and Reiki live stream. I did a Flat Earth News before. But you know what? To Lamb Blood. Oh, somebody just tried to call and then it went away. To Lamb Blood. I don't know, man. Like, I have been studying this stuff. Like, I've been on forums asking questions about out of body stuff, energy healing stuff. You know what I found out is a lot of people are having experiences. Let me get this. I was going to say a lot of people are having experiences that correlate with one another, and that's what really, really, really got me to keep going, you know, and I'll talk about that more in a minute. Hello, welcome to the Hoary Sheet Show.
Hello.
Reiki and OBE tips. Who's this?
Yeah, hey.
Hey.
So you the one who hit my car?
Oh my gosh, I hit it right in the tailpipe because the tailpipe is actually where I stick it when I want to hit your car. Like, tailpipe that. If you don't tailpipe it properly, you're gonna have a little bit of an accident. Yeah, I'm just saying, just to let you guys know. I love it. I'm getting some prank calls. But so, like, anyway, what was I saying? I completely forgot. Let me go get another beer. Actually, I'll think about it by the time I get back. Yeah, frequency and vibration, baby. Be right back. Uh, frequency and vibration. What's the chat going on about? Now, Harmon, thanks for stopping by. I hope you had a great time watching some fireworks tonight. I didn't get to see any, but I got some pictures. I, just did a live stream talking about some news. I got some flat smacks shown. I got several more flat smacks to go, several of which I know are really good ones. And I'm really tempted to do another show very soon, probably tomorrow, with just a flat curious episode where I just show those. But anyway, this is, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I'm gonna end up splitting my channel and doing this kind of stream more so on a Astral Projection OBE channel. Not only to get away from all the trolls like I'm experiencing tonight, but just to actually grow my channel and not have it branded Flat Earth, because it's people. I do want to reach an audience with this information, and I don't want them turned off when I say anything Flat Earth, or if other Flat Earthers are in the chat. So I'm going to end up splitting my channel, but I will let you guys know where that's going to be if you want to still catch me live. But it's just a way to build an audience. And then, once I've probably got a massive following, I'm going to flat smack them, of course, because that's me. Just let you guys know. Yeah, this subject is important. Nobody talks about it. I get condemned. I talk about this, and people think I'm the frickin' synagogue of Satan. And it's furthest from the truth. None of this has anything to do with negative entities. I openly admit that I don't know what is happening. I can do these things that I've tested and tested and tested, and not all the time does it work. But like, there's a significant amount of times where I've tried one thing and it worked, and I'm like, oh my God, how did that even happen? It worked. Or me and my spouse would have an experience, and then an energy or tantric experience, and then we would describe it to each other, and these very, very vague feelings and descriptions would like match up in the strangest ways. I'm like, wow, that's really kind of what I felt. But to have someone else put such an experience into words, it's mind-blowing. So this energy stuff is something. I've had one person that asked me to do one of these Kamehameha things on him, where I just shoot energy into his stomach to try to hurt him as much as I could. And I thought, that's not cool. And I thought maybe it probably won't work. And I didn't even want to do it because it sounded weird. And but he asked me to do it, and I did it. And the guy literally hit the floor. And it made me think about these like fake ass like YouTube videos with these martial artists that do all these crazy things. And I still don't like believe the guy, but I swear to God, like, this is what happened. He hit the floor. I had to pull it out of him. And then he was so freaked out by that he asked a friend to come in the room that was next door so he could show him hitting the floor again. Like, I'm like, why would people go through such, why would people like lie to that extent? You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of experiences that I'm left with. So I'm like, what do you do with that? But when you like I was saying earlier, I almost had the cops called on me one time for going out of body, going through a wall. Actually, I woke up from a dream, like Wes that called in earlier. I woke up from a dream. I was flying around a tree outside my yard, and it was daytime. And I didn't put it together that it was really nighttime. I was just like, oh, wow. Oh, I'm definitely dreaming. I'm flying around a tree. Yeah, I'm dreaming, all right. So now that I know I'm dreaming, well, I'm out of body. How do I prove this experience? Because that's what I would try to do. Every time I'd go out of body, I wanted to try to prove that experience. That's how skeptical I was. I wouldn't just go and enjoy my experience like a lot of other people do. I wanted to know if this was a figment of my imagination or if it was real. So, again, here I am, waking up in a dream going, I want to... I work with Jennifer tomorrow. Let me go out of body. I mean, let me go into Jennifer's room and tell her what she's wearing right now. And then when I go to work tomorrow, I'll try to confirm that. Well, I didn't quite think about this, that I was in my bed at the time, so it was nighttime. So I went into Jennifer's room and saw her in her sleepwear, which thankfully was not very compromising. It was gray spandex stretchy, tight pants and pink, shiny blanket that she was curled up into on her bed in a fetal position. Yeah. I went to work the next day and I was like, "Hey Jennifer, guess what I did? Were you laying down in your bed in a fetal position with gray spandex stretchy pants on and a pink shiny blanket?" Well, old Jennifer was like, "Oh, gee, look at the time. Can I take a lunch break?" She goes out. She takes a lunch break. She calls my girlfriend at the time. She tells her, "If your boyfriend ever peeks into my windows at night, I'm calling the cops." Oh boy. So, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? I don't know. These are the experiences that I had, so this is why I talk about this stuff. It freaks me out. It's actually, you know, a thing that works. So that's it. I'll leave the lines open for a little while longer. I just wanted to get those stories out. I wanted to put myself out there for some questions. I'm gonna mess around with like some settings just because it's like bothering me right now. Some of the green screen settings that I have going on. Oh, that's good. That's perfect. But if you want to ask any questions, I'll check the Facebook chat, see if anybody's in here asking anything, and the YouTube chat. Are you familiar with the integration? Says Amanda Beeger. Sorry, I know I butcher last names. No, the integration. That's interesting. Tell me more. You're still in there listening. Integration. Haven't heard of it. All right, back home west. That's good stuff. Hey, Bling. How you doing, Bling Bling? The BS of the ISS. Good to see you. And Flat Earth Dude still hanging around. Daily Wrong still here. Harmon Walker still here. How's it going, man? Thank you so much again. Harmon Walker has been the reason, guys, that we have Flat Smacks on the Hori Sheet Show channel. Because I don't feel comfortable spending my own money gambling on Fiverr to wake people up. But the first few things that I've done were worth it, and I've convinced enough people on the YouTube to keep it going, and it has worked out. And Harmon and myself and many more fully believe in it. And I got to say, Harmon's been really the big man here, footing the bill. So thanks again, Harmon Walker, for your donations, man. It's been really awesome, and I can't wait to show you the next several Flat Smacks because it's been great. But we're not going to talk about that on this show. But anyway, I will put out the link to my new channel that just is going to be dealing with astral projection and OBE stuff. Again, just to build a separate audience. And maybe I'll still post those to my Hori Sheet Show channel. I'm sure I can. But whatever. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you all another time. I wanted to keep it short. An hour and 12 minutes is enough for me. Oh, the facial hair. That is, you know what? The wifey likes it. I'm about to cut off my Fiverr business and just spend a whole lot more time with my family and more time on my show and my research instead of my Fiverr and commercial business. So I'm growing the facial hair out. You might see me grow long hair again. Hori has. I've been told I look like Chris Angel with long hair, which I'm not too excited about. But his hair, yeah, I look like I have his hair. That's good enough. I like his hair. So that might happen. But the beard, this is gonna grow. I have one more video to do on Fiverr, and after I do that video, I'm gonna shave it. Well, I'm gonna shave it for that video, and then I think I'm gonna grow it out for a while, and the hair too. I don't know. Who knows? I'm feeling it out. But anyway, guys, have a great night. Happy 4th. Or if you're a real truther, happy Slave Day. Love you all. Peace out. I'm here to wake people up. Who's with me?